If you don't make a ton of money, don't worry. Having an expensive-looking car isn't completely out of reach. Sure, there are some pricey cars out there, but you can still keep up appearances on a budget. Stay with us until the end to find out why all you need is some creativity and resourcefulness to have a ride that will impress the elite in no time. Before we get started, take a moment to subscribe to The Richest and give this video a big thumbs up. While you're at it, check out our community tab to get to know us even better. Now, here are 10 cheap cars that will make you look rich.
Don't bite the bait. Are you ready?
Ford Mustang. Before you start leaping for joy, we're specifically talking about the 2003 Ford Mustang Mach 1 Coupe. This particular model marked a return to the classic Mustang look that we all know and love. The look is timeless and seems to come back every few years. Not only that, but the interior is fantastic and the running mechanisms under the hood are top quality as well. This Mustang has the same 4.6-liter DOHC V8 engine used in the SVT Cobra model, only without the supercharger. The 2003 Mustang has 305 horsepower and can go from 0 to 60 in about 5.3 seconds. The best part about it is that you can get this model for less than $10,000 if you buy it secondhand. If you're really lucky, you might even get it for under $5,000 if you play your cards just right.
Daryl, one important question. Have you ever even driven a race car?
And you can then jump for joy because you bought a Mustang for next to nothing. All you need to do is really take care of your motorized baby so that she can take you many miles into the great unknown. Since Mustangs seem to be synonymous with wealth and coolness, you'll be able to achieve both for just a fraction of the usual price. Chrysler 300. A brand spanking new Chrysler 300 will cost around $30,000. While it's not the most expensive car in the world, Chryslers still look impressive. But if you're not excited to pay the equivalent of someone's student loan debt, there are options when it comes to older models. Even just going back 1 year will knock off the initial price by about $10,000. Go back a decade and you can snag a Chrysler 300 for less than $10,000 total. Given that Chryslers have that look that never goes out of style, you can grab a 2006 and still look like you're in with the cool crowd. In fact, if the car is well taken care of, you might find that it looks like it just came off the lot. Fiat 124 Spider. There are luxury cars out there that you can get brand new that won't hurt your wallet. All you need to know is where to look. We're not talking about some weird off-brand that will fall apart on you in a matter of months. We're talking about Fiat. Most of us think that owning a Fiat means that you'll be driving around in a small car. Usually that small car will cost you about $20,000. While that's not terribly expensive, it is a little pricey given how big the actual vehicle is. But luckily, Fiat has recently realized that offering a bigger vehicle at lower cost option is good for business. The Fiat 124 Spider is a 2018 model whose starting cost is less than $25,000. What's even better is that this Fiat looks like $1 million. It looks like a car that the elite would drive around, causing heads to turn wherever they went. It's sure to impress your friends and potential suitors. If you're someone who doesn't want to shell out a bunch of money on a vehicle in general, Fiat is a great option.
That's the deal. Take it or leave it.
ALFA Romeo Giulia. Nothing says status and wealth more than driving a fancy-looking foreign car. However, most foreign cars are expensive because you have to add the cost of importing on top of the cost of the car. Alfa Romeo is an Italian car maker that makes quite the snazzy ride. They have a good reputation for being wonderful to drive, but you will have to have quite the down payment in order to get one of their cars. Luckily, all hope isn't lost. The Alfa Romeo Giulia 2018 is less expensive than its 2017 predecessor. Basically, you can get a used model of the Giulia for the same price as the new 2018 model, which says a lot in terms of cost efficiency. The one thing that people are concerned with over the Giulia is that the long-term reliability isn't known because it's so new. The other Alfa Romeo models like the Coupe and Spider will cost over $55,000, and the Stelvio is over $40,000. The 2018 Giulia will cost you in the mid to upper $30,000 range, which is considerably cheaper than similar models by other car makers. BMW Z3 Roadster. The BMW brand is almost always associated with having a large paycheck and being able to afford the luxuries of life. If you see someone driving a BMW, then you know that they are wealthy or know someone who is. Yet there is some hope for you to own your own BMW without having a six-figure annual income. You'll have to look into older models though. Since BMW is all about the name and the clout it carries, you can totally go the classic car route and still look super posh. The 1996 and 1997 BMW Z3 Roadster is going for less than $7,000 these days. Even Even a newer 2000 Z3 can be found for a smaller price. If you're looking for a model that is pristine and looks new, then you might end up paying a little less than $10,000. Considering that newer BMWs are going for at least $40,000, a Z3 will look like you have some retro style, especially since the Z3 stopped being made in 2002. This seems like one of the most viable options if you want something cheap that looks expensive.
We got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Porsche BOXSTER. A Porsche? Surely it's not possible. Well, good news, budgeters, it is. A used Porsche BOXSTER from 2013 will cost about $45,000, while a brand new model can cost anywhere from a $59,000 starting point to a $71,000 starting point. Yeah, can you feel your wallet cringe a little? In other words, owning a Porsche isn't a cheap endeavor. There's a reason why getting a Porsche is a heavy investment, and it's a big deal when you find out someone you know owns one. But all hope isn't lost. The Porsche BOXSTER is an option if you want to look like you're living the lifestyle of the other half. Early 2000 models are going for less than $10,000, but you have to stay in the early time frame to get the best deal. You can get much better than that if you want to look prestigious on a penny pincher budget. It will just take some elbow grease and perseverance to make sure that you're getting a good deal as well as a running vehicle. Cadillac CTS-V. The Cadillac CTS-V is a high-performance vehicle that isn't a cheap buy. In fact, an average person would go bankrupt to keep the crazy car payments. For example, the 2018 model is going for over $86,000, which is more than most people's annual income. But all hope isn't lost. If you're salivating over the idea of looking rich, there is some hope. Like the other cars in this video, you'll have to go back in time and get an older model. In order to snag one of these for less than $16,000, you're going to have to go back at least a decade. Luckily, Cadillac makes cars with a classic look that never gets old. A 2005 model can be found in the $15,000 range. Given how much the car is worth, that's like getting an amazing discount. Of course, some people aren't fans of getting an older car, but an old penny can still shine if it's taken care of properly. As time goes on, these older models will continue to lose value, and you'll have a better shot at snagging a Cadillac for the price of a Mazda.
Well, some driving some. And that is one hell of a car.
Maserati GRANTURISMO. If there's anything to learn from this video, it's that a car's value only decreases with time, even the most expensive cars. To be fair, the Maserati GRANTURISMO is an expensive car. The 2018 model is currently going for over $134,000. Wait, isn't this supposed to be a video about cheap cars? Well, we're not telling you to get the latest model. Look into the older models, specifically between 2008 and 2010. These models are considerably less expensive than the newer ones, and they still look amazing on the road. These cheaper models are currently ranging from the upper $20,000 to the lower $30,000. Considering that these cars are worth over $100,000 when they are brand new, you'll be snagging this car for next to nothing. Not only are you saving a ton of money, but you can keep up the appearance that you're a wealthy person. Of course, you'll have to invest a bit more money than the average penny pincher, but the rewards are endless when it comes to reputation. Dodge Challenger. Muscle cars are known for being expensive and a physical manifestation of brute and power. The Dodge Challenger is known as a performance muscle car, and it looks more expensive than it actually is. It's one of the most popular cars among young men who want to impress the ladies. But when it comes to price, you would initially think that a car like this would cost over $80,000. Yet you can grab it for only half the price if you want the latest model. Given that new cars lose significant value after they leave the lot, you can get an older model of the Dodge Challenger for an even more decent price. Considering that retro cars are more popular than ever, having a retro Dodge Challenger will make you look like you're rolling in cash. It's not uncommon to see Challenger owners try to race their cars against other muscle cars. However, when you're looking for something cheap that looks expensive, the performance of that vehicle might not be at the same quality. If you try to race your retro Challenger without enhancing it or amping up the features, then you might do more damage than good. Chevrolet Camaro. You can probably tell that the common theme here is buy cheap, then upgrade. That's how a lot of people can pull off the rich look without lighting their wallets on fire. The Chevrolet Camaro is another car that looks expensive, but the older you go, the cheaper the car gets. But as we just learned, cars can age like a fine wine only if they are properly maintained. For less than $10,000, you can be the proud owner of a retro Camaro that looks a lot more expensive than what you paid for it. And if you love looking like you have some cash, isn't that the whole point? Looking like you're rich doesn't mean that you have to buy the most expensive thing on the lot. Driving a classic Camaro might even make you look like the wealthiest person in the room. It will take some research and test drives to properly pull this off, and maybe even a fresh coat of paint. But buying cheap and then shelling out some extra cash for upgrades is like taking a polish cloth to old silver.
You like the car I brought? Because And none of cops will.
That's all for 10 cheap cars that will make you look rich. What car do you currently drive? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.